Okay, this is running well for the girls.
They've traveled across the lands to uncover a world where oceans are alive. Mountains call out, forests share their secrets, animals thrive, and where nature is the overpowering force. They've shown determination, grit, and sheer will. With 2,500 kilometers of coastline, towering mountain ranges, changing landscapes, a wealth of flora and fauna, and the roughest kids around, South Africa is our playground, and this is Roughing It Out. Round 2 will see the Eco-Ellies compete against local leopards for a cash prize of 10,000 Rand, and even more importantly, for the chance to say, without question, that they have roughed it out.
Welcome to Roughing It Out, the show that puts kids through their paces and back in nature. Today we visit Taniqua, one of the Cape's largest wildlife centres.
Yes, also, did you know that the Garden Route is a biodiversity hotspot, also home to 43% of Mzansi's plant and animal life?
Now, before we continue our garden route exploration, let's check out what the Rough Kids got up to last week.
Last week, the Rough Kids built their own solar cooker and made some delicious s'mores using heat from the sun.
The mushier they are, the better they are.
Then, they headed to the forest for a scavenger hunt. Before building their own machine using waste material.
I wasn't too sure about our machine because it looked very ugly.
Wow, good job, local leopards. You are the winning team for today, earning yourselves 10 rough points.
Local leopards, eco-elephants, welcome to Taniqua Wildlife Centre, a special place where you'll find absolutely amazing creatures.
Yes, and hopefully you'll get to learn all about them. Today, Sizwe will be your rough guide.
As they mentioned the welcoming, we thank you very much for coming through and visit us here. We believe we're going to learn a lot, we're going to have fun, but remember, we're going to meet the cats and we do a first tour as we go together. It's just an introduction to the rest of the animals we're going to see at Taniqua, which will give you a little bit of learning as you go on a tour. But you know there's a lot of activities we're going to involve on the day. But something important, remember when we go for a tour, it's important that you stick together because you know the cats, they always look for opportunity, but something important is stick together, reduce your voice, don't make a noise, so that we'll all enjoy the tour.
Thank you so much, Sizwe. Rough Kids, it is very important to pay attention to what the Rough Guide says, as it will come in handy for your next task.
All right, Sizwe, let's go.
The Rough Kids got to meet all the cats at Taniqua, and the teams were given vital information that they will need to remember for their challenge.
But remember, in the wild, there's a small cat, he hunts rodents and mice primarily, so small prey. But look at tear marks. Tear marks. Mom and dad wear sunglasses when it's hot. So actually those are actual sunglasses of a cheetah.
Which one?
The lines from the corner of the eye to the corner of the mouth. 2 lines on the face.
Now that the Rough Kids have met Zimbali, we've come to the end of our tour. But it's time for us to start with their rough challenges.
For stage 1, the teams will go head-to-head in a Taniqua quiz. The teams to get the most correct answers will win this stage.
Okay, Rough Kids, it's time to find out if you've all been listening to the Rough Guide and who knows all the animals at Taniqua.
Now, the rules of the quiz are simple. If you think you know the answer, you shout out your team's name.
Once we've acknowledged your team, you shout out immediately your team's name. If you fail to follow the rules, you will lose your turn to the other team.
Rough Kids, your quiz starts now. The first question. Give two responsibilities of an eco kid here at Taniqua.
Local leopards.
Yes, local leopards?
The first one is you can't touch the animals. And if you go there by the teacher's day, you must start from 14 till up to go there.
Eco Ellis.
We had to not stay close to the fence, and we couldn't also touch the animals.
All right, teams, although both your answers were good, they weren't the correct answer for the question. The correct answers for what eco kids do here at Taniqua: we respect all living creatures, we look after the environment, eco kids are part of the solution and they don't pollute, as well as help others become eco-wise.
And on to the next question. Up to how many meters can a caracal jump into the air to catch its prey? Okay, it seems the eco-elephants were the first ones to jump up with their answer, so let's hear it.
3 meters.
That answer is correct.
All right, question number 3. Name the 4 different types of wildcats here at Taniqua. All right, Eco Ellis?
It's the lion, the cheetah, the caracal, and the African wildcat. The leopard. Oh, and the leopards.
All right, Eco Ellis, you gave us 3 of the 4 wildcats here at Taniqua. Local leopards, I'm going to open it up to you if you could give us all 4 of them.
The caracal, the leopard, the lion, and the cheetah.
Also incorrect. So both teams, you don't earn a point here. The correct answers were the serval, the leopard, the African wildcat, and the caracal.
And thank you, teams. It's on to the next question. This one is a true or false question. Penguins are fish.
Local leopards.
Local leopard. False.
Local leopards?
I mean, true.
Okay, so local leopards, what is your final answer?
Okay, it's false.
All right, that answer is correct.
And the final question in the quiz. What kind of animal is Welake here at Taniqua?
Local leopards.
Local leopards?
It's a caracal.
So your answer is incorrect. Eco Ellis, I'll now give you a chance to answer.
It's a leopard.
That answer is incorrect. The correct answer is a cheetah.
That's right, teams, and on to the very last question of this stage. True or false? Cheetahs can roar.
Eco Ellis.
Eco Ellis?
False.
That answer is correct.
Well, that brings us to the end of our quiz. Well done, teams. It's on to stage 2.
It seems both teams are determined to take the win. Tune in after the break to see who has what it takes to save the serval.
Well, we've seen so many incredible animals, but my favorite is certainly the serval cat.
Did you know the serval cat is a South African wild cat that is facing some hard times right now because there are fewer spaces to live and roam? For the next challenge, you guys will be learning a bit more about these cats and Cam will fill you in.
All right, guys, what we're going to do today, you've learned so far that the serval lives in wet, marshy types of areas, and that makes it a really nice cat for this challenge, because what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking the spoor or the footprints of the cats, and we're going to be making a cast of them. It's something that you'll have a permanent thing for, and the nice thing about it is if you do this on your own, when you're out in the bush and you can make little casts of different animal spoor, when you get home you can look in books and you can actually go through and say, oh, I found a spoor of that, or I found a spoor of that. Making a cast of the animal spoor is the best way of doing it to be able to identify that animal properly.
Let's start your spoor challenge.
For stage 2, the teams will need to find a serval spoor and then make a cast impression using plaster of Paris. The team to make the best fossilized spoor imprint will win this stage.
So what you're going to do, when you find the spoor, say that's the spoor on the ground, you're going to make sure the spoor's a nice spoor. You put the cardboard around it, and you make a nice little fort like that. Push the paper clip in, okay, and that is now where you're going to throw your plaster of Paris into. I'll help you with the mixing of the plaster of Paris. What I want you guys to do now, each team, with your teams, and you're going to find a nice board. Just remember, don't run all over the place and go crazy, because you're going to squash the ones that the other people, that one you can take out, okay?
Local leopards rock.
Now we are here, so you can see now here.
This.
Maybe?
This thing is like a snake.
Because we have to waste them.
Well, it was a bit frightening for me because the cat was actually...
Because we have to waste them.
Yeah, the cat was hissing at me. Like I got scared. I didn't want to go next to it because I thought it was scratch me. Yeah, I didn't. It was actually frightening because it was my first time actually being into a wild cat's territory, you know. As we were looking for the footprints, I said we have to choose this one because it had all what we needed, you know.
Say that's a ticket in the ground.
Stop pushing my hands.
There's a ticket in the ground.
Okay,
Because says that is for says I'm finding us if footsteps for as a cat. There are no kind of footsteps, 30 cardboard, see and a circle. Then ends a good circle, so if I can now clip.
Zubayd is borrowing water from the serval to make the plaster of Paris.
And then we had to make cast and water.
Must I mix? Right, so the teams are mixing their plaster of Paris now in order to make the perfect spoor of the print.
And then stir it, then pour it there in and take a cardboard, put it around it, then take a paper clip to close it.
While the local leopards get the plaster mix ready, let's check in with the Eco-Ellies.
That one's quite a nice one. That one's a little bit distorted because somebody else stepped on that there, but that's quite a nice one.
Looks like Cam and the Eco-Ellies have found their spoor. Good job, guys.
Let's make it big enough to go around.
After sifumene footsteps zakati se sonwaba ngoba panzisa tata ixesha elide kodwa safumana footsteps.
Okay guys, have you decided, is this the one spoor that you guys want to use?
Yes. This is the one.
Is it the one?
It's our one.
How do you identify that it's the one?
It's because it has 4 pores and you can even see it.
And it's deep enough so that when the plaster of Paris goes in, we can see it. Because we can even see it now, but when the plaster of Paris goes in, and when it's dry, we'll see it even more so.
Okay, it seems like you guys know what you're talking about. So I'm looking forward to see the after effect.
Very nice.
Awesome.
So how we made this spoor was that we took water and plaster of Paris, and I've been working with a lot of plaster of Paris in ethnology and other subjects, so I already knew what it was and how it works, so that was really easy as well.
It's you. If it feels like yogurt, then...
And the sauce getting thick.
And we stirred the plaster of Paris and the water to make a yogurty kind of substance, and then we just put it in the hole. We just covered around a cardboard.
Some of the mud.
Yeah.
Put more.
Otherwise your cast is going to be too thin and it's going to snap when you try to pull it out.
Yeah, does that look like the same?
Good job, Ellies. That plaster mix looks good. Both teams are finishing the spoor cast as we head to the end of the challenge, with Joseph working hard at the local leopards.
Go around. Go around it, yeah. No. Okay. Yeah. They block it.
We had to pour in the cast and wait for Gabby and Zubayd, and then as we pour in the cast, we have to make sure it doesn't leak out, you know.
So the team has just set their spoor. Let's see how it turns out. Only time will tell.
This smell it is now like sherbet.
Rough kids, now that you've completed making your spoor casts, it's on to the next challenge.
So this area has a problem with wattle and gum trees because they invade the forest and use a lot of water. Sizwe here has created a challenge to help you be part of the solution. Sizwe, will you fill them in?
Yes, what I gotta do is I gotta lead you guys to show you that how we make use of alien, because aliens you can always, we do a part of recycling here at Tenikwa. We wanna make use of what we call a waste into something gotta activate the cats. Remember, these cats are born and raised in captivity. It's important that we stimulate their mentality and give them physical fitness. They're not fed on live prey, so we create a toy and go there and make them work for food, which is where I gotta lead to you now. We have a strip of bark there we gotta use to form a ball, and that ball will have just a little bit of goodies here inside, which is a meat. He has to stretch around and find it today. That's part of the challenge.
Rough kids, make sure you pay attention to detail as these wattle balls will be used for your next activity.
For stage 3, the teams will need to use the alien wattles to make a wattle ball enrichment toy. The teams have to wind the balls, then stuff it with meat and decorate it with feathers.
You tie your hand.
Can we all do it then?
You tie your hand like here. Don't tie too much. Remember where your hand is, there is a meat there. Not your hand, but the meat is. There you go. So we pick the best one, which we can use, and the cat go to eat. So now what you do, so you give him like that. He jump for it. You also want to see how several jumps.
If you see there, like there's a long string short.
These rough kids are doing a great job weaving the wattle leaves into balls.
Kasi plan was wana like enze yakhe waterfall, so evakalona sayichoose bana nge waterfall right eqinileyo. Is all right?
Yeah. Eco Ellies,
Local leopards?
remember the best collection of wattle balls will win the challenge.
Okay, rough kids, you've got 5 minutes left for this challenge. Good luck, rough kids.
Ngokubensenza yami waterfall benifuna iqine ibe tight and ingabi loose ngoba if iba loose ingaba loose then inyama iphume ke ngaphandle.
They say curiosity killed the cat, but I'm way past that because I'm so anxious to find out how these cool cats did. Tune in after the break to find out.
Before the break, the rough kids were making an enrichment toy for the servals. Let's catch up with them.
So you give him like that. He jump for it. You also want to see how several jumps.
Right.
So we gotta put the meat here now. He must work for it in a shell. So it goes here. Where is the meat? He has got his food. I stole from his food. He's gotta get it tonight. So I make him work for food. Then I can make it obvious after that when he's get fed.
So I think Buko and Ephraim have made the best wattle balls. We're filling them with meat now, and then we're going to start decorating them so that they look like birds.
Ow. Don't put your hair. We need more feathers, please. How are you gonna put it there? It's gonna put. We have to break it up.
Then that means it has to be big. It has to be the big one.
Let's try this one first.
Zubayd made his bigger, and then we got the meat and put the meat inside. We got 2 pieces of meat. If we put the other meat inside, she was like struggling.
Oh, that thing's choked like dead already. Guys,
Just leave it.
now must we just open it?
Yeah, just put it in. No, take the feathers and put them in.
And then we got the feathers, which were like flying around everywhere.
The meat a little bit.
No, put yours.
Then we tied the feathers with another piece of wattle, and then we had another piece of long wattle, and we tied it on a stick. I think the person who kind of took on the leadership role was Buko, because his was by far the best looking out of all of ours.
Now that the Iho Ellies have finished their wattle ball, let's see if the servals take the bait.
Higher, go more higher.
Okay.
Go more higher.
Don't panic, don't panic.
Don't drop it again.
You're not gonna let go there. She wants it, you see? You hear? Like a house cat. When a house cat is hungry, they meow. glade, we're not going to make it obvious for you. So go that way. Like that way. There she is. Go up.
Oh, don't bring it to me.
When I first said that I had to feed the serval, I was very excited because we were going to get close to a wildcat, and I've never gotten really close to a wildcat before, so.
It's okay.
Our plan was just to feed them. There wasn't really a plan to it, except just to feed them.
That's not how we're going to say.
Great job, Ellies. The serval took the toy. Wow!
Ngiyavuya ngoba i-water polyet yasebenza, it was attractive to E7.
After a little bit of luring, it looks like the servals have taken the bait.
Local leopards raw.
Alright guys, this is the last part of the challenge. We'll see if the serval likes the wattle ball.
I think my team didn't bring the cat outside of the bushes, let it jump up to the thing and let it play with it. But instead they let it just let it grab it and then run away.
Okay, well done guys. The serval took it very quickly. There it goes. There it goes. Well done to the local leopards. The serval took it very quickly. I think it was less than a minute. Well done to you guys.
Wow, rough kids. Today we saw servals, caracals, leopards, cheetahs, and even a lion. Those are 5 ticks on my bucket list. Now, I hope you really enjoyed your experience here at Taniqua and learned a few things about wildcats.
Okay ke rough kids, apha kuleni indawo ke ngoku kulapho uSizwe aza kunixelela ukuba nenze njani ukuqala pha kwi-quiz uyotsho kwi-enrichment exercise.
Okay, we're starting from the quiz actually, because this is at last now where we're going to give the results. You can see all the team are smiling, looking forward to be the winners, but let's hear on it. So what happened is we went to the questions there, and it seems like Ellis won. Then in that way, we give them actually a win in that point. Then it came to number 2, which is what I have here, the spoor. So the results go to actually the leopards. They win. Now we're going down to the last one. So what happened is we made it there with the Ellis, and in that way I could go with the Ellis, because what happened is we went to the cat which is fed, but we could still stimulate them, which is so good. It means our toy was attractive and they dug on that meat, and there was an interaction, which is something extra for you guys at your age. I'm sure you appreciate that. So we give it to Ellis.
Wow, teams, congratulations. It seems like the Eco Ellies are today's winners, earning themselves 10 rough points.
And at that moment, I knew that we were going to win this challenge, which was nice because we didn't win the other one.
So while they have a look at their spurs and celebrate, why don't you check out the scoreboard?
After an amazing day at Taniqua, it was the Eco Ellies who took the win, earning themselves 10 rough points, putting their tally on 20 points to the local leopards' 30 points.
It's been another spectacular day for the rough kids as we visited the incredible Taniqua Wildlife Centre and learned more about the wildcats of South Africa.
But that's just how we do it here on Roughing It Out. Catch us next week for more even weird and awesome adventures as we explore the garden route.